Listen. We got breaking news. Listen, this guy, Deion Sanders, a lot of people, they try to replicate him and things of that nature, but sometimes they miss the mark. I'm here to report to the people today that, not a few days ago, Kenan Thompson, we all know this man. Some people call him legendary, things of that nature. He's been doing this for a very long time. He felt the need to try to replicate Coach Prime Deion Sanders. And some people may have got amused or enamored at some of the things that were said. But one person who, didn't find things so amusing was his daughter, Shelomi Sanders. We all know what she's doing. She did amazing things on the basketball court at Jackson State. Now she's playing women's basketball at CU, and you got that season, picking up and things of that nature. There's a lot of excitement, surrounding that. Coach Prime was just on record of just being highly excited that women's basketball is starting up. And he said they have an amazing coaching staff. She said in quotes that about the show, it was good. But then again, it's like, okay, they're kind of getting him wrong. And that was referring to Coach Prime Deion Sanders. She says the way that they were saying stuff is kind of like all he cares about is the show and stuff like that. And that's not him, though, Sanders said. Despite the lack of agreement, Shelomi, the youngest sibling of Deion's 5 kids, said that Thompson portrayal wasn't all bad. So he said, I think he would laugh. She said, I think he would think that was funny. That's what she said about Coach Prime, So it's not no hate or nothing like that, but, sometimes people miss the mark. And I think Deion has suffered a couple of losses that people are really trying to rain on his parade. Would they be doing this if he was undefeated? We'll get into it shortly. I got my man All Access with me. You already know what's going on for a special news report. It doesn't get no better than this. Legendary, All Access. What's going on, Dex, man? It's crazy.
The fact is wrong.
Yeah, like, you know what? It is kind of crazy, but, it's all fun and games. When you make Saturday Night Live Spoof and the whole world, I'm talking about millions of people are watching it going into the weekend, you have basically crossed over into pop culture. Now, not all the time will be something resounding and joyful and cheerful. Sometimes it could be very harsh, cruel, unfriendly, and unkind. But nevertheless, the publicity is just outstanding for you to be spoofed by Keenan on Saturday Night Live. Now, we saw in the past that LeVar Ball himself has been spoofed on Saturday Night Live on numerous occasions, and he took it all in stride. And it was very funny, to be honest with you, because Kenan Thompson is a very funny person ever since Kenan and Kel on Nickelodeon, and even The Good Burger, for crying out loud. So I think everybody should take it in strides and stop, wearing your emotions on your sleeve and things of that nature, because I'm quite sure, according to Shannon Sharp, Deion Sanders is a very laughable and funny guy himself. He have very hilarious and humorous moments when you are amongst him, and this is why his message of belief is transcending and transparent at the same time. So I would say, I understand that's your dad, but listen, don't take it and wear your heart on your sleeve, because I'm quite sure Coach Prime is taking it in stride, and the Colorado Buffaloes that I can remember probably have never, ever been mentioned on Saturday Night Live in any capacity. And keep in mind that Neon Deion, Primetime, has performed on Saturday Night Live before with his hit song, It Must Be the Money. So he has a connection to Saturday Night Live from way back in the day, and now he still have a connection to Saturday Night Live 30 years later. So, Flight, salute to you. Thank you for once again inviting me into your space and integrating me into your platform. I would say tongue in cheek, and let's all have peace, and let's all meet.
Right. Quickly, what would you say the job of Deion Sanders? And like I said, obviously, his motivational speeches, a lot of people take what they want to take from it. But before we get into his motivational speeches, how would you say the early job that he has done with CU thus far? He just got there, for crying out loud.
Well, it's a success, right? It's very auspicious, and when Dion is the King Midas, everything he touched turns to gold, and this is another example. Yes, Colorado do not have a perfect record. Yes, Colorado had a bad beat their last outing against a one-win team in the grueling gauntlet of the Pac-12 conference, and they got more tough games ahead of them. Matter of fact, like they got two back-to-back games after coming off their bye, which is much needed. That bye was much needed after that devastating and deplorable loss against Stanford. They're going to have Oregon State, which is a top-ranked team, and they're going to have UCLA. So they got two top 25 teams they have to face in back-to-back weeks once again. So it doesn't get nice. The grind continues in Pac-12 conference, and guess what? He is up for the task, but is the team up for the task, Flight?
Absolutely, Dex. I mean, I think that's going to be everybody's magical question. It's going to be up to them at the end of the day. Coach Prime, he can't play for him, but like I said, we'll definitely get into it. What do you think about Coach Prime and his level of speech and, like I said, his ability to captivate and motivate the masses on and off the field? It seems like everybody could take something away from the things that Coach Prime delivers verbally.
Well, Coach Prime definitely is the it factor, and he has that it factor. I mean, it seemed to be innated in Coach Prime because what he says and how his cadence and his delivery is nothing spectacular about it. But the words are so potent due to the fact of his exemplary demonstration in life. And when you can match your words with your practice, that makes it all the while potent and energetic, and it can resonate to the listener. And once that type of frequency get into the ears of the listener, it can transform the mindset of the individual observing Coach Prime's message.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, and here at Flight Sports, we definitely take a lot of his messages to heart. He's got a lot of big things coming. Shout out to CU. Shout out to Saturday Night Live. This isn't an indictment on them. Definitely in the comment section, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, a lot of people are discussing this whole situation. Like I said, they find it amusing. And like I said, when I was listening to it, I thought it was kind of funny, but it is what it is at the end of the day. No hard feelings. Definitely appreciate y'all for this special news report. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. It's Flight Sports TV.